unconscious part. That is what the skill is all about. The unconscious part or subconscious part of it will continue to work and help you and continue to work until the day you are dead, okay? But it is the conscious part of your mind that you need to rest. That's what I said last time also. The conscious part can only remain focused for 20 minutes. That's important. Now, the conscious part will tell you, I had enough of it. You must recognize it yourself.
Okay.
If you don't recognize it, then you are forcing on. And when you try to force that conscious mind to focus on things that you want to think about, it will retaliate and give you a negative impact. And that's not so good. Now, how do you know? How do you know that that brain had enough of it? Whenever you feel that you are getting angry or you're feeling that, I don't know anything about it anymore. I do the same thing again
Some
and again.
sort of mental block.
Yes, exactly. Like a gramophone record. You put a needle on the record, it's playing on the same groove. You know you had enough already. And people must recognize that. Whereas the unconscious part of you, is there, man. Even when you're sleeping, it's working. A clever person knows how to manage that conscious part of our brain. And that's where the skill is all about. It's not something that you're born with. You got to learn to do it. And Najia, I tell you that when I said 20 minutes the maximum time you can spend consciously on something, some people have developed the skill to go up to a maximum of 90 minutes. But it's a skill you must develop. So you train your conscious mind to give you that. But after 90 minutes, you must have the ability to say, okay, I'm going to take a rest. And you find that sometimes people will be very active for about 90 minutes on the same subject, and they'll take a small nap, a switch off, they say, switch off, and go into do something. For about 30 minutes, they won't do anything at all. That happens too. So it is the skill of a human to develop that skill between the conscious part of it and the unconscious part of it. You see, the unconscious part of the brain started working in your mother's womb, It'll continue to work until the day you are dead, okay? So you can't prevent that. Even when you're sleeping, it'll happen. That's why I tell to people, when you get up in the morning, and if you can remember your dreams, that means you have not rested your conscious mind well.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can still remember.
Yes.
Wow. Basically means that you're not fully rested.
Yes, exactly.
That is something new. I learned something new today. Well, one of the essential things for us to boost our productivity is actually know when to rest.
Exactly.
And also, knowing the signs
Yes.
when your brain is tired. So we actually have two kinds of rest, which is physical rest and mental rest.
Yes,
And according to Dr. Venga, if we were to find out that our brain is wandering away or it's losing focus,
Yes.
basically means that we need to rest. And essentially, generally people can only concentrate up to 20 minutes at one certain period of
Absolutely.
time.
See, people don't pay attention to this. Simple thing, Najia. It's like this, okay? You get a headache. You think that it is something wrong with you, but actually, it's part of the symptom to tell you, well, you are paying. You're not giving me enough rest. Okay, and sometimes people take the extreme. Like they feel that they need to take some kind of a booster to make that conscious mind work. It won't work that way. In fact, the reverse happens. Some people, go for a walk as an example. Okay, what you're doing is you are getting away from what you're doing to another thing.
You're diverting the
your
focus to
attention.
something
Exactly.
else.
Some people say, okay, let me take a cup of coffee. Let me go to the tea room. All that is part of your skill that you've developed to manage your mind. And when people can differentiate between the two, what need to rest and what need not rest, then you will be a very productive individual. And also know that, see, another thing is you sometimes do some work and you are forcing yourself, like I said, I explained to you just now, in an exam hall, you sit there, you want to put everything down, you're stressing your brain. And the brain is not helping you. And then you stop the paper and the bell rings and you go out, okay? Then you realize the moment you step out of the hall, suddenly you feel, wow, I forgot this and forgot that and forgot that. That should tell you immediately that the more stress you put on your conscious mind, the less it will support you.
So your attention span really, will tell how productivity you can be throughout the day. And we're going to take a short break for the top 5 news. We'll be right back with Dr. Venga. This is 812 Live on Bernama Radio 24. Welcome back to the show 812 live on Bernama Radio 24, the lounge special with Dr. Vanga on time management. Well, today we're talking about plan your time to rest in order to boost productivity. Well, we spoke earlier on about the physical rest and also the mental rest part. Well, now we are going to touch a little bit on the best time for us to plan to take this short break for our brain, and also how important it is for us to plan ahead, in order for us to take a break whenever we start on our work.
Okay, you see, planning is not something that we have developed. The human race as such has never spent to think about this planning part of it. They don't think it is necessary for them to plan. In fact, they believe that I can do anything, at any given time. I don't have to think through about it. And the planning is not something as a culture. The human race do not have that. Only in the commercial sector, like you are working in a business world, where you need to write a plan, a business plan or a financial plan, and you do that, okay? But we don't take this plan in our normal life. We think it's not necessary for us to plan. For me, it's like this. If you plan your day, let me start there first, okay? If you plan your day, say tomorrow as an example, what is it that you would like to accomplish tomorrow of the 16 wake hours that we have? What do you like to accomplish? And within reason, not overstressing yourself, then you become a very productive individual, handling at the same time those urgent things that comes along and disturbances and distractions and all. Yeah, sure, no problem at all. But that planning process is a behavior. Our behavior is not to plan. We think that planning is a boring thing, and planning is, I always plan and it doesn't work according to my plan. But what are your plans? See, the thing is, a lot of people plan, but the detailed planning, I have a term for that. I said, everybody can do a big plan, okay? And some people call it strategic plan, whatever you call it. But you know what? The devil is in the details. People don't plan details. And that is the detail that consumes a lot of time. If you are a detailed person, say tomorrow I want to do a few things, and you have thought about how to do it, or even before you go to bed, you write down those things. Hey, this is what I want to accomplish, and then this is where it comes in. Your subconscious mind will help you to put that in proper order. When you get up in the morning, then you actually be able to do it much better. If you think through what you want to do last night, tonight, today, when you get up, the performance of yourself will be great. Now, most of people don't do that. They actually don't do that. My advice is, hey, before you go to bed, jot down a few things that you want to accomplish tomorrow, then go to bed. So when you get to bed, your unconscious part of your mind will be working on those issues that you have put down that you want to do. You are giving that unconscious mind a direction. This is what I want to do. And therefore, your unconscious mind will get up and try to help you the next day,
So it's just a simple mental exercise, in fact.
Exactly.
Well, you recall whatever that you have done throughout the day, and also you plan on the things that you want to perform the next day before you go to sleep.
Yes.
And should you have any questions for Dr. Vanga, do give us a call at 03-2692-7939. And also, you can email us at 812@radio24.com.my or drop a comment on our Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook page, our listener, Inshik Kamarul, has a question for you, Dr. Vanga. He says that measuring performance and achievement based on common objectives and values is difficult to be agreed upon. Perception also differs. So how do we unite the diversities of Malaysians to achieve similar level of unity and harmony prior to independence? And as time and time again, we are blaming others. So we blame others a lot, where we don't even look at our own mistakes. So what do you have to say to Mr. Kamarul?
Kamarul. Well, first of all, objectives are measurable things. You must understand that. Objectives are something that you want to achieve, and you believe that that's what you want. That's okay. Values are different. Values are standards, your own standards.